family, to This Is Our Future with Stichiz, and I'm excited because I'm sitting down with Mr. Zachary Rinkins. I don't know why I said it like that. I don't know why I said it like that. So thank you so much for being here. For those who may not know who you are, please introduce yourself to our family.
Once again, I'm Zachary Rinkins, the Public Information Officer at Broward County Animal Care, the official pet adoption and animal welfare agency for Broward County. And so there are some big distinctions about who we are. We have the privilege of serving roughly 8,500 animals.
Wow.
We do a lot of events throughout the months. Every month we have about 2 pet wellness clinics that people can go to and get discounted, low cost and no cost services for their pets. And so we're here to just serve our residents and to serve their pets as well.
I love that, and I'm glad that you're here because we're in the thick of summertime.
Absolutely.
Because not only events do you have coming up, like you mentioned, that we're going to be talking about, but talking about pets, safety, and how our youth actually can get involved and keep busy with some of the things that you have going on. So before we get into that, let's get into who Zachary is. Like, where did this love for pets come from? Were you always that kid that loved pets, or were you chasing behind them?
I wouldn't say I was chasing behind them, but I've had my fair share of pets. I've had a rabbit, I've had a few dogs, and so
a rabbit?
Yes, I've had a rabbit before. So yes, definitely have some fond memories of having a rabbit. But I think having a pet is a very good thing for young people. It gives you a sense of responsibility. It also gives you a sense of companionship and things of that nature. And so we definitely at Broward County Animal Care support the animal-human bond. And so keeping your pet healthy, and that's why every year we encourage people to get their pet registrations so that they can make sure that they have their rabies vaccinations up to date and various other vaccines up to date to keep your animals safe. And then it's also a part of public health. When we're talking about public health, we know that rabies is something that the animals can pass on to the human beings, and so we want to make sure that we have as many animals as safe as possible. And so if you want information about that, you can go to pettags.broward.org and get more information about that. If you own a pet or a dog or a cat rather, you have to get a pet tag every year.
And talk about rabies really quick, especially sometimes kids being out and about and hopefully out playing, but it's not just raccoons who carry rabies, correct?
Right, absolutely. So we make sure that we provide within our community vaccinations in terms of rabies shots for dogs and cats. And so I would say come out to our pet care clinics and take advantage of that service. Many people throughout the county, a lot of times we go to different libraries throughout Broward County, and we service anywhere from 70 to 100 animals in each serving. And so all you have to do is register online. You can go to our website at broward.org/animal for more information about that. But in terms of young people, we want to make sure that we're not playing with dogs that we're not familiar with.
Right. So don't be going in the street like
absolutely. And then and as far as safety, when we think about July, when fireworks and things of that nature, we want to do some things to make sure that we're keeping our pets safe. And so a lot of pets may be afraid of fireworks and things of that nature. And so we want to make sure we put them in a room, maybe put them in a cage if they're under medication. Give them their medication so they can calm down. Make the room dark. Put a little cover over the cage so that it calms and soothes the animal. You might even want to have music so that you can calm the animal down, because the fireworks can really irritate the animals, and cause them to have a bad reaction. Sure.
What would you say for someone who may be watching and is just now getting a pet, and this is I guess you could say their first summer vacation with them, with fireworks or things of that nature, what would be a reaction that a pet or an animal would have?
Different animals have different behaviors, but it definitely could be a bad reaction to those fireworks. It's something that they are not familiar with. It could stimulate them in a bad way, and so we want to do as much as we can to protect them and to prevent that. We want to soothe them through that process, because it can be a violent reaction from animals. In terms of violence, they might be very active. They may react in a way that's just uncomfortable for them.
And which could cause
Well,
Possibly, potentially could cause a problem.
Well, I'll just say err on the side of prevention. You can
good.
keep them in the cage, put the blanket on side of them, make the room a little darker, more soothing for the animal.
That's good. So it's not fear, it's just precaution.
Yes, we want to make sure we protect the animal.
I like that. And as far as Broward County Animal Care, some of the other things that you guys provide, because there is a difference between you and other organizations out there. I guess I want to ask, what is the main difference in what you do?
I would say the major difference between us and a lot of other organizations is very clear. A lot of organizations respond to boards of trustees or directors. Our board of county commissioners ensures that we respond to the people.
Nice.
And so that's something that's very distinctive about us. We're directly accountable to the residents, and so we take pride in that. Like I said, we service over 8,500 animals each year. We service the entire county.
Nice.
And so it really, while we work with a lot of those not-for-profit organizations, because it takes a village to really serve them roughly 1 million animals here in the county, we want people to know that Broward County has an official pet adoption and animal welfare agency.
Nice. So if someone is looking to adopt a pet, they can contact you and reach out to you.
Absolutely. And right now is a very interesting time when you talk about the summer, because as it heats up, when the temperatures rise, that makes a lot of kittens and cats, it puts them in heat, and so they start to look for mates. And so during the summer time and when the temperatures rise, we call that kitten season, and so we get the next generation of cats.
Oh, wow.
And so it's very important that we leverage resources throughout the county, like spaying and neutering and things of that nature, so that we can do that population control. And basically, when you have the population under control and things of that nature, it's also a safety matter, and so it's for public health as well.
I love that. And you also provide a space for our youth to be involved and to really not only get involved, but actually get service hours for it. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, because you brought a friend with you.
Absolutely.
It's not a furry friend, okay? It's not a furry friend. But we got some more friends from our Broward County Animal Care who's going to talk with us how our youth can get involved and also gain service hours, and what's happening July 26th. A summer event that you don't want to miss out on. It's a lot going on. Stick around, family. This is Our Future with Stichiz. Don't go too far.